Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. I got up super early this morning and baked the 10 pounds of leg quarters that I bought yesterday. Solomon and Tashir had some. Thor has had some. Thor's my cat. And I'm getting ready to go in there and tear it all apart. I'm going to use all of the scraps to make dog food, cat food, and get that taken care of. So that's what I've been doing: laundry, dishes, and cooking. Tashir has already been put back into her kennel. I had to go in and kind of disinfect again, deodorize and disinfect. She is a hot mess, and I smell like her, and she literally stinks more than any dog I've ever had in my entire life. Seriously. So today she's going to get a bath. Probably when it starts getting really hot, I'll give her a nice cold soaking bath. I'm going to use an oatmeal. Um, I've got some deodorizer, and then I also have a flea and tick shampoo. And I'm going to mix all of that together um, just because. I cannot give her an internal flea preventative yet because she has been so sick with those hookworms, and she's still having issues, and I don't know. We'll see when she goes to the vet. She goes to the vet, what, next week? I think it's next week. So anyway, um, doctor results. My thyroid is fine. My liver and my kidney are doing good with their enzymes or whatever little things go on there. My cholesterol was a little up and my sugar was a little up. So I'm going to work on that so that way when I go back to her for a follow up, um, hopefully we'll get a better result in my blood tests. And that's why I fasted, because I wanted to get true numbers. And the true numbers showed that I was elevated. But she also knows that I'm not going to take anything to do something that I can do on my own. So, just saying. What else? Oh, I have a free rooster sign out in my yard, and a gentleman stopped by last night, and he was looking for a rooster to take over his flock. And so he was very impressed with my oasis, as he said, for my chickens up in the back. And he actually saw Tut first and got real excited. And I was like, no, that's Tut. Tut's not going anywhere. I would send Tut to someone like him. Um, but he was very interested in raw. He wasn't interested in the springling roosters that I have. So he was really interested in Raw, who is over a year old. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you something right now. If another rooster is around, he will fight him. And he's like, there's no other roosters, just my girls. And he also asked if I would hatch him some chicks next spring, which is great. I love doing that for people because I think they get the best possible chicken, because he was very amazed at how friendly my chickens are. When we walked to the back gate, my chickens start coming up. Of course, they saw a stranger and they weren't quite as up in my face like they normally are, but they all did kind of gather around us. He got to see the Indio Gigantas. Um, and I've made a decision that I'm going to allow the Indio Gigantus rooster to breed with the girls in the back. We keep Tut up here with my older girls. I'd really like for that breeding to also happen with Cider, who is my perfect built bird. She's got the bigger body, but she's also got the longer legs to support it. I would also like for him to breed with Ruth, but I don't know if I can get those girls back there or not. Probably not. So we're going to try to work on special breeding with the Indios next year. It'll be fun. I might bring a few purebreds in. There's a few purebred birds I haven't put into my bloodline yet. Oh, sweetheart, you look horrible. I swear Teresa looks horrible. That's my Jersey Giant. She's been broody all spring and just now broke from being broody. Now she's going through molt, and she's a hot mess. I don't think she's going to make it. I don't think Dove, my white 7-year-old Easter egger, I don't think she's going to make it for very much longer. She was really laboring on her breathing last night. So, I mean, it's been very, very hot and very hard um, on my chickens this year. But most of my girls are going through molt right now. And that's a good thing because then they start laying eggs throughout the winter. And I had eggs all winter, and that was a good thing. That was something that the Brahmas didn't do, was lay through winter. Even though they were really healthy and so on and so forth, they would completely stop in winter. I never put a light in because I don't believe that you should tamper with their natural body clock, or whatever you want to say. Um, but these girls laid all winter. I had a gentleman come and buy eggs this past winter, and he says, well, everyone else says their birds aren't laying. And I said, well, my birds are laying. And then he asked me if I had a light on them, and I said, nope. I said, I have a heat lamp, or I have a heat panel in the coop with them, but I don't try to do that. I think it's wrong. Just my opinion. So we got rid of Raw. We got our results back from the doctor. And what's next? To all of you who support our criminal king, I hope you're starting to see what the problem is with having Donald Trump as our leader. Putin and he met in Alaska yesterday, and it was very clear that Donald was not in control of Vladimir. Very, very clear. And I think that's why the luncheon didn't take place. To everyone that put their faith in Trump to stop the Ukraine war, or put their faith in him to be a good leader, yeah, I don't know what you thought. I don't know how you thought about that. He has this weird opinion that Vladimir will listen to him and they have this great relationship. No, Vladimir probably has dirt on Trump. That's probably where it comes from. And I'm not going to talk about the crap that he probably has on Trump, but it's very clear that it didn't go the way that Trump explained it to you, or even afterwards. Oh yeah, it was great. We'll do this. We'll do that. That's not what happened. You see, all of you that are Trump supporters and Russian sympathetic, y'all are missing the big picture of everything. Ukraine did not start this war. Ukraine should not have to give up anything to Putin. Putin has kidnapped children, thousands of children, from Ukraine. He's a criminal. And on any other nation, he would have been arrested because he is a war criminal. Our president is a criminal. And I'm going to tell you, I think Donald Trump is more corrupt than even I have spoke about before. And I'm not going to go into detail because I just have this feeling that it will all come out eventually. But for right now, we are fighting for our rights. We are fighting to keep this man from destroying our democracy. And to all of the MAGA supporters, you made a mistake. You voted on propaganda. You voted on crazy conspiracies. You voted because you thought that this man was going to save our country. You said that Project 2025 didn't exist when in fact we're over 50% into it at this point in time. And to the MAGA women who voted and still support Trump, I don't know what to say except for you are anti woman. And to be anti woman means you want us to go back in time to where we don't have a right to vote. We don't have a right to have a credit card. We don't have the right to get great education. Why would you do that? Why would you vote against women as a woman? I don't understand that. I don't want to see young women treated the way they were in the 40s and 50s. Going forward is the only way this world can go. Going backwards is history repeating itself, and that's bad. That's bad. So I'm going to go tear up some chicken and make some dog food. And then later on, my husband and I will probably go to Dollar General and I might film that. We might pop into JC, who knows? When we go out in a boot, we kind of go to a few different places just to get those things that maybe I forgot that he remembered. He was pretty shocked I remembered his Parmesan cheese yesterday. So you all have a great day, hugs from a distance, and I hope that MAGA supporters sees what truly happened in Alaska and what's truly happening in our country. And if you've always worried about martial law, well, now you should really worry about it. I'm just saying. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Speak out, speak up, and don't let them bully you, intimidate you. Just don't. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance.